Due to Rosalina's highly unique character design, I found that certain matchups can be a bit polarizing. As a result, I think it would be useful to share some of my opinions on which matchups I think Rosa does best and worst in, and to also give some tips on how to potentially play each matchup better. In this video, I'll be focusing solely on matchups that I think are hardest for Rosa, but be sure to subscribe so you don't miss part 2, where I'll go over some of her best matchups as well. And before we get started, I'm curious to hear which matchups you think are hardest for Rosalina. Let me know down below in the comments. And so without further ado, let's start with some of Rosa's toughest matchups in no particular order. I think the Belmonts can be a really tricky matchup for Rosa. Although we have gravitational pull to get rid of some of their projectiles, we don't really get any reward for doing so. Additionally, the horizontal range of their whip moves make it really easy for them to kill Luma and makes it really hard for us to approach or land nearby. As a result, I think it's a good idea to slow down the general pace of the game during neutral, and to walk more instead of dashing, so you can have quick access to your shield when needed. It's also useful to stay grounded, as jumping in this matchup can often put you in a really bad spot. Your main game plan in neutral should be to patiently move toward the Belmont player and wait for him to make a mistake. Once he does, you can usually rush in and pressure him with things like dash attack, a grab, or retreating nair. Your two main goals while pressuring should be to either get him off stage or juggle him above you with nairs and up airs, as he won't have many options in either scenario. Once off stage, I recommend waiting by the ledge and interjecting their tether recovery with a nair into a rising fair. If they're at high percent or just recovering low with an up special, then you can usually secure the kill with a well-timed down air. The Pikachu and Pichu matchups can be frustrating for many characters in Ultimate, and Rosalina is no exception. Their small size makes it impossible for Rosa to land a short hop nair, which hurts her ability to pressure and attack out of shield. On top of that, they're both insanely fast and have the combo tools needed to keep Rosa in disadvantaged state, making it really hard to recompose. Also, they have safe pressure tools such as auto-cancelled forward and back air, and can keep their pressure up from a distance with thunder jolts, making them consistently tough to deal with. In this matchup, I try to use bear walling whenever I can, as Luma's back air can either lead into a grab, or can be used to clank with a thunder jolt if timed properly. Additionally, if the Pika or Pichu player tries to approach with an aerial, your backside nair can often challenge their attack and start a combo. Also, it's good to note that if you ever read a quick attack from your opponent, Rosa's nair can be really effective at catching them out of it. And due to how light these characters are, you can sometimes get a really early kill with an up air near the top. Like Pikachu, Olimar's small hurtbox makes it hard to land moves like nair. However, this is arguably even harder for us, as a lot of Olimar's neutral game takes place on the ground. His forward smash makes it extremely tough to approach, as it covers a ton of space in front of him. And even if we try to initiate with Luma, either a forward smash or a purple Pikmin toss will smack Luma away. The fact that it's so hard to approach wouldn't be such a problem if we didn't have to, but because he can camp with Pikmin toss, you have to try and get in, or else you'll end up taking a ton of free damage. One way that you can handle Pikmin toss in neutral is with gravitational pull. Any Pikmin caught in the pull literally disappear, and this works against his smash attacks too. If you read that Olimar is going to forward smash, you can gravitational pull and lunar land with back air to approach. Also, if you preemptively use gravitational pull while falling toward Olimar, you can sometimes hit him with his own smash attack. Just note that these options can be risky due to how committal gravitational pull is. If Pikmin do latch onto you, a short hop nair can quickly clear them off, but make sure you drift away or hit the Olimar with the attack, as many players will try to punish you. Altogether, I recommend playing this matchup similarly to the Belmonts, as they both have a strong neutral game with landing traps, but weak disadvantage states and offstage potential. Wolf can be a tough matchup for quite a few reasons. For starters, Rosa doesn't have a way to reliably deal with his blaster in neutral. Gravitational pull takes almost as long to use as his blaster, and you can't clank with it, meaning you either have to jump over it or shield it. Also, the Wolf player has relatively safe options on our shield, such as nair and dash attack, as both can cross you up, making it very hard for Rosa to punish. Shielding is even worse when you take into account how much damage and stage control Wolf can get off of grabs. Lastly, if Luma Shot isn't interrupted by Wolf's blaster, he still has the ability to reflect it, making it a really weak option in this matchup. To deal with Wolf in neutral, I suggest playing patiently until you get to mid-range, and then try to jump toward him with a well-spaced lunar landed back air. If you aren't able to get close enough to hit the Wolf with the lunar landed back air, you should drift back and use it anyway, as Luma will linger in front of Rosa, effectively giving you a projectile shield while you dash in. I like to refer to this tech as Luma blocking, and I'll be going over it more in depth in one of my future videos, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Once you win neutral, you want to prioritize hitting Wolf off stage, as Rosa can edgeguard him really effectively by waiting near the ledge and timing a short hop down air. Just be ready to shield in case the Wolf uses side B to hit you on the stage. Cloud is a really tough matchup, as he's generally able to outrange all of our attacks in neutral with attacks that are relatively safe on whiff. His cross slash can destroy Luma even while Rosa's in shield, and he can't even be punished afterward if it's spaced properly. That, combined with the fact that he can charge limit, means that we often have to be the ones to approach on his terms. And to make things even harder, he has a really quick up B to punish nearly any attack we touch his shield with. With all that being said, I still think there are some ways to make this matchup manageable, one being to rely a bit more on Luma and Luma Shot in neutral. You can use Luma Shot in this matchup as a mid-range harass tool, and while Luma is detethered, you can harass with starbits to prevent him from charging limit. Also, Luma's down tilt can be used to clank with his blade beam, and as long as you're keeping your Luma mobile, it could be difficult for Cloud to space his aerials to contest Luma's up smash. Even if he does hit Luma, you can often punish him due to the extra hit lag. Just remember to recall your Luma if he ever jumps past it. I often feel like the Shulk matchup revolves mostly around the Shulk player's spacing and how often he overcommits in neutral. The range of his sword is ridiculous, which makes it really hard for Rosa to get in, and makes it really easy for him to swipe away Luma even unintentionally sometimes. With that being said, I think that Rosa's best strategy against Shulk is to mainly focus on dashing in and out of his range and playing a sort of bait and punish style. This way you can find openings when he whiffs an attack, or you can mess up his spacing and punish him out of shield. And although Shulk has a noticeable range advantage, he can't do much when he's above Rosa or off stage. That makes up my personal 6 toughest matchups when playing as Rosa. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.